Nice to see you today. Good. Fantastic. Well, we've got a couple of minutes just before I'll start. So I'm going to ask you guys to just make sure you know how to use the chat function. So hopefully everybody knows how to use the chat function, but just in case everyone doesn't, what I'd like you to do is to pop into the chat for me. If you are a member of a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group or some kind of community group, or if you run a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group or a community group of some kind. That's so I can get a feel for what people are currently doing. So if you're using you're part of a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group or a LinkedIn group or anything like that, just pop it in the chat. If you're not, just say not a member, so I can kind of get a feel for where everybody's at before we start today. And hello, Brett, welcome. So if you are in the Facebook group, for example, it might be a Facebook group. I'm in quite a few different Facebook groups myself, and you might be a part of a group, you might run a group. What have we got here? We've got Lizzie, Positive Aging Facebook group. Fantastic, well done. So the PAG group, I like my little acronyms there, PAG. You got to stick an E in the end so it makes it easy for me to say. It's like Positive Aging Group Experts. So that's the page group, you see. EFC Facebook group, excellent, Yeti, thank you, wonderful. And Shane and Brett. Caitlin, are you in a group of some sort? I know you are. Yes, fantastic. So just pop down there, just say, I want to kind of get a feel. Sometimes when I do this session, it's a lot of people who are in WhatsApp. Other times they're on different platforms, so it's nice to get a feel for it. We have a number of Facebook groups, says Brett. Community style, specific instructors, private students. So I'm guessing that's Brett Austin. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Caitlin's Facebook group. Oh, Brett Fenton. Geez, I had a 1 in 2 chance of getting that right too. Hi, Kimmy. Nice to see you in the background there. Awesome. Okay, so you guys have all seen Facebook groups. What about you, Shane? Do we get something from you there so I know what you're up? Nice and cool, just like we rehearsed. Facebook group, Judo Club Coaches Australia. Fantastic. Okay, so you guys are already ahead of the learning curve, which is wonderful. So what we're going to do today is a workshop so basically a special workshop right before Christmas. And the idea of this workshop is to reward those people who are going to turn up right before Christmas, because I know it's a crazy time for anybody. If you've been out in any of the retail stores, I'll just give you one piece of advice. Don't do it. It's just hideous out there at the moment. And welcome to John and Tanya. Great to see you guys here. So what we're really doing today is to give you some tools to be aware of what's coming in the industry, and I'm deliberately scheduling it at this time so that I'm assuming that most people are going to have some time off over Christmas, and I'm kind of wanting you to think about what you can do in 2025. I don't want to add stress to your existing work levels or to your existing commitment levels. I want you to think about what you can do to work smarter in 2025. So that's what this workshop's really about. So we're doing a session today, and it's going to be fairly quick. I like to keep them short and simple, but the idea is it's one of the biggest topics in the business world right now, and it's also one that's not particularly well known, or at least not particularly well used. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, and we're going to go through, and I'm going to give you lots of opportunities for questions at the end if you would like to ask me anything. But my main purpose for today is to equip you with some tools to go into 2025 in a way that will allow you to get more clients and make more money. And it's as simple as that. That's really what we're here for today. So everybody okay to get more clients and make more money? Anyone who does not want to do that, this is probably the opportunity for you to leave. Okay, so just say that right out at the forefront. And it doesn't matter whether you have a business or you're thinking about getting a business, this will be relevant to you regardless. So does anybody know in historical terms what this particular age is called? It's interesting because when I started doing research, I did not know this, but it's actually known as, this particular history in time or period in time is known as the 4th industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution. Anybody else know that? I certainly didn't. What that means basically is it's the time of it's not the digital revolution, because we've already experienced the digital revolution. It's actually the next stage, and that's the stage of integration of technologies like artificial intelligence and robotics. It's basically Terminator time. That's where we're at, guys. We're at Terminator time. Now, this has created opportunities for business owners to build income and clients through a very specific element that we're looking at today, and that's called e-learning. So e-learning is digital learning, and it's really learning online, and kind of it hit really powerfully in COVID. It was kind of chugging along quite nicely, and then COVID came along and everybody was stuck at home, and that's when technology was brought from the future at a much faster pace than was initially anticipated. So we've got access to tools like Zoom, for example, that allows us to deliver training content really powerfully online. And this is transforming the way that people learn and grow. And it makes it a really, really powerful tool for ordinary people like us to generate income, even if you're starting from scratch. Now, this is why it's so effective. The e-learning market is actually expected, it's the highest and the fastest growth sphere in the entire business sector. In fact, it's anticipated it's going to hit $375 billion by 2026. Now that's 2 years away, less than 2 years away. So that's a lot of money. That's US dollars, by the way. It's also really important from us as a business owner's perspective to understand, because the flexibility of learning means that we're no longer constricted or confined by being able to deliver services to people who are in our own geographical radius. We're not constricted to 10 Ks or 5 miles from where we're physically located with our business. We can actually attract people from around the globe. And just in this session, we've got people from all over Australia and the US as well. So there are lots of people in this session that would not have been able to attend this learning prior to the advent of this kind of technology. So that means opportunities. Whether you have a business right now and you want to grow it, or you don't have one and you want to start it, e-learning is going to let you share your knowledge and your experience, attract clients, and build yourself a new income stream. Now is the time, because the whole world is embracing e-learning. Now's the time to tap into this growing industry and take advantage of the opportunities to either start or grow your own business. Now, there are lots of different parts in e-learning. So today we're just going to focus right in on the power of online communities to grow your income and your client base. So online communities are massive, massive opportunities for anybody, particularly in membership-based businesses like martial arts or dance, those kinds of organizations, to recruit new members, retain your members for longer, and to generate more income. And whatever business you're in, if you're providing a service to somebody, online communities can rapidly increase your impact on your recruitment, retention, and revenue areas. And that's really simply because an online community will help you get new clients, it'll help you keep them longer, and it will allow you to sell them stuff more easily. That's basic economics. So today we're going to cover 3 key points. I want to tell you about why it's important for you to have an online community for your business. I want you to get a clear understanding of a comparison between some of the major platforms that are out there, because that was the biggest thing I had when I was starting off this about 8 years ago. I was like, okay, what do I use? What software do I use? What platform do I use? What do I buy? You know, there are so many different things that are involved. And my experience was certainly something that I wouldn't like anybody else to go through. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is so I can share with you what I've learnt and to make it easier for you when you set up your own online community. And finally, I want to give you a link to have a look at to start your own online community for free, so you can have a look at it and see what you think. So that's what we're going to cover today. So let's start with why you'd want to have an online community. Now, there are 2 main benefits that I'm focusing on. An online community is going to help you if you want to start an online business. Now, you might not be sure which category you're in. You might run a really successful business, and I know a lot of people here already do that. And you might want to run a separate business so that if something like COVID happens again, all your eggs are not in one financial basket and you can't train because the government says don't leave your house, and you can't run your business. So you might want to run a parallel income stream to allow you to avoid that. Or you might be wanting to take your existing business and grow it and expand it, which is also exactly the right reason for being here. Or you might not have a business and you want to start one without incurring all the costs and the stress involved with, a traditional brick and mortar arrangement. So all of these models benefit from an online community because it will help you retain your clients, recruit new clients, and generate more revenue. The 3 R's, they're really important here. Now, I've personally done both models. I've started a business online and I've taken an existing business and grown it. So I'm sharing my experiences with you today. So let's jump in. How does it help you? Anybody ever had a golden retriever or a Labrador? Give me a little wave if you've ever had one of those dogs. The characteristic of that dog is loyalty, right? Exactly. So an online community helps you increase the loyalty of your members because it makes them feel really valued. For example, in a community, you might be doing this already in your Facebook groups, for example. You can celebrate milestones like belt promotions, or you could spotlight members. You can also stay connected with those people and help them by hosting things like Q&A sessions where they can ask you questions, or you can create a space for members where they can share their goals and their progress in a private space without feeling like the entire world can have a look at that. And you can also have an opportunity for people in your community to share referrals with you to get new members really easily. You could encourage your existing members in your community to invite their friends, and you might say, listen, Sarah, we're doing this great event. Why don't you invite your friends to come along? The friends come along, and it's easy for you to then engage them in the community and convert them into new members. So let's say you've got this prospect for your business called Sarah, and she joins your business, whatever that might be. And she's kind of, experiencing a little bit of what we call buyer's remorse, which is like, should I have spent that money? Should I not have spent that money? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm not sure. If you can feed her into an online community, that online community's support can make her feel immediately welcome. And that reduces all of that buyer's remorse and helps her get the value from the product or the service that she bought from you. In fact, she feels so great by it, then she starts to say to other people, this is a great place to be. Please come along and join me. So she can then get some referrals or bring referrals to you. So if you're looking at a membership-based business, I incorporate this as part of the new member onboarding process because it means that they're getting that outside the training center support as well as the support in the school. If you're not there, they're getting the support from the community as well. Now, if you have attracted leads that are not yet ready to join your business, so you might have done advertising campaigns and you've got people who've shown interest, but they even haven't turned up to a call or a trial, or they haven't decided to buy from you, it's great if you put them on an email list and nurture them on the email list, but it's even more powerful if you funnel them into your online community, because this is a really powerful space for not just you to nurture them on a kind of like email by email basis, but they can start to get absorbed into the culture of your business by seeing what the community is all about. And in that community, you could share success stories, tips, member testimonials, host live Q&As, and highlight all the benefits of doing or being involved with your business. Does that make sense to everybody so far? Give me a yes in the chat if you can see the benefits so far of having an online community. Tanya says yes. Yeti, Lizzie, yes. Excellent. Brett, yep. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okie dokie. Thumbs up from Shane. Thank you, Shane. And John says yep as well. Okay, let's keep going then. So that's nurturing your leads. The third way for online communities to help you in your business is by increasing your revenue, which is ultimately why we're in business. We're in business for two reasons. Firstly, we want to help people. Secondly, we want to make money. Okay, because the more money we make, the more people we can help. It's basic mathematics. So in your community, you can use your online community to increase your revenue. In that community, you can offer upsells, upgrades. I'm going to show you how to do this in a few minutes. You can do premium offerings. And the important thing is you're not just throwing your advertising dollars out into the Facebook meta universe and praying and hoping that somebody sees it. If you're doing these offers in your enclosed community, then you have a warm, captive audience who are already interested in you. So your ROI, your conversion is much, much higher because you don't have to seek out your audience. They're already there. Now that reduces your marketing costs because you can use that free community to promote your premium packages, maybe your private lessons, exclusive workshops like this, for example, without having to spend a lot of money on external advertising. So that's really important. And the other thing is that a real little byproduct of having a really engaged community is if you've got really happy members in that community who are talking to each other on the platform and sharing their experiences of working with you, then you can take screenshots of those and use those as testimonials to attract new clients on those traditional advertising platforms. So it's a great source of content for your advertising. So now you have an outline of how important an online community is to help you get, keep, and upgrade clients. So the next step is knowing what to look for when you're starting your own online community. Now, there are so many options. I actually found it really confusing when I started doing this, and I've been researching this for over 7 years now. And the biggest issue that I came across was knowing what to compare, like how to compare apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. So here's my list of what to look for when you are discovering online community options. The first question you should be asking yourself is, how easy is this to use? Not just for you, but also for your customers. It should be something that's really simple to set up, and it should have a really easy user interface. That means it should be something that it's easy to pick up and use. So if you, for example, when you first started using Facebook, nobody gave you instructions on how to use Facebook, right? It's pretty intuitive. It's easy to use. People kind of can stumble their way around regardless of their technology skills and easily find most things without a lot of hand-holding. I have spent a crazy amount of time learning how to use some platforms and thinking once I get the hang of it, it'll be okay. Then I'll be able to get it set up and going. And I would spend like 80% of my time trying to work out how to use a platform. And what I didn't understand at that point was that if it's that hard for me to use it, my customers aren't going to find it any easier. And that's going to be a real point of what's known as friction in sales. Friction is something that stops somebody going from where they are to where you want them to be. In other words, buying from you. So if it's too hard for somebody to buy something from you and use it, then they're not going to buy again, or they're going to want their money back, or they won't buy in the first place. So it's important to have something that's really easy to use. And if you don't think of anything else, or you don't remember anything else from today, take that one thing away. It's got to be easy to use. Now, ideally, it should have a zero learning curve for both you and your users. And the way to accomplish that is by to have it look like something that people are already familiar with. So for example, on the left-hand side here, we've got a community page that looks very similar to the one on the right-hand side. Now, this is a Facebook page here. So the whole user experience is very similar. So people using this community that have used this Facebook community are not going to have a lot of trouble moving from one to the other. The second thing that you must have in your online community is something that is an easy, organized content area. So in your content section in an online community, you want to have a space where you can easily organize any courses or resources or workshops or other learning that you have available for people to look at. And in an ideal world, your content library would also give people the option to purchase upgrades to different things, like here. So this is a platform that I use. And in here, we've got how to use the platform, how to use the training of the software, and recruitment retention systems and solutions in the training program. And I just see a spelling error there, which I'm going to have to fix because I didn't notice it before, but that's okay. I'm letting it go. So the idea here is this is under the classroom, so it's nice and easy for people to see it. And there's a couple of really big tricks when you're putting together content in a library. Make it simple. Don't overwhelm people with too much. In this library, there's only those 3 options. The third thing, after having it easy to use and having an organization system for your content, is making sure that it is monetizable. In other words, you can earn income from it. That's really, really important. And these are the 3 key elements to make it happen for you. So you've got to have it easy to use. You've got to have it nice and organized and easy for people to find your information. And you've got to make it easy for them to buy from you as well. Now, here's an example of a free community. Now, this is a community I just randomly plucked out for watch lovers. Now, who would have thought in the days of mobile phones and cell phones, there would be an entire community of over 1,300 people dedicated to looking at watches? Well, colour me shocked, I did not know that. Now, this community is free to join. That means there are 1,300 warm audiences, an audience comprising of 1,300 people who are already interested in watches. So the people who run that community have now got the opportunity to direct market to people who are already interested in watches, 1,300 of them, in fact. And they could offer a paid upgrade within the free community. So people could upgrade for $440, $444. For example, this is just another example I took from a community where they could join the free community and then have a paid upgrade to purchase that particular program. That's $888 per month, by the way. Free community of 1,300 members, then they have the opportunity to upgrade to $888 per month. Now, if you addressed 1,300 people in your Facebook meta advertising, you are going to have a significantly lower rate of people who are going to purchase than from a community chock full of people who are already interested in watches. Here's another community. Now, this one is not free. This is actually a paid community. People pay to join this community. They don't pay much. It's only $10 a month, but they have 2,200 members. So this guy is earning $22,000 a month from this community. Now, to put that into perspective, that's over $250,000 US per year. $10 a month to 2,200 members. So that's another way to monetize a community. Now, over the past 10 years, there are lots of them out there, but I've personally used these 5 popular platforms. I've used Kajabi, Thinkific, Zenla, Circle, and School. And based on my research and experiences, looking at the success stories of other people, my recommendation is School. That's the one I have found the easiest. In fact, there are people in this session today who are already part of some of my School communities. If you're not familiar with School already, it's been founded by a guy called Sam Ovens, who's actually a New Zealander, so he's close to being an Aussie, but not quite. And he is estimated by Forbes to have a net worth of over $65 million US. This guy really knows what he's doing with technology. The other half of the dynamic duo in this School platform is an American guy by the name of Alex Hormozi. And if you're in the fitness industry, you're probably familiar with him. He is worth over $100 million US. And that guy's really, really well off. Now, it's interesting. The way I came across School was because I've been studying Alex Hormozi for about 2 years, way before I joined the School platform. He's an investor, an entrepreneur, and an author, and he's written a couple of really good books. So the first one is $100 million offers. The second one is $100 million leads, and I'm desperately waiting for his $100 million sales book, which he's still writing, to come out. But he is super successful. And the reason that these two together are really successful is because they make everything super simple. So you don't have to have a degree in software to run an online community. They've done all the hard work for you and simplified everything right down. And they basically have mastered that balance between education, execution or usage, and scaling. So they're really industry leaders in the platform. So I liked the fact that Alex Hormozi was involved, because this guy he's like me, doesn't recommend anything unless he's 100% positive it's going to work. He personally invests his time every week to talk to people about how to use the platform, how to grow their business. I listen to him religiously every week. So those two combined were some of the reasons that I got involved with school. But then once I did get involved with school, I just loved the platform. It was so easy, especially compared to what I'd done before. So these are the main benefits of the school platform. It combines courses, discussions, live events. You can do direct messaging. You can host your content all in one space. It's basically got all of the benefits of Facebook. It looks a lot like Facebook, so it's got no learning curve, but it's got no additional tools either. The other platforms that I've used, you had to attach a payment gateway, you had to attach a marketing funnel, and you had to do all of this extra stuff, which was really time consuming. And I can't tell you how many frustrating hours I've spent trying to set those things up with other platforms. So school, to me, being easy was just a no-brainer. I kind of did a trial and went, wow, that's just so much easier than anything else that I have done. Second thing is, and this is a big one for those people on Facebook, when people go into your Facebook group or your Facebook page, they're not just looking at your page. They're easily distracted by, oh, shiny, there's a whole series of puppy videos. And over here, oh, do I need weight loss formula? And over here, I should be investing in real estate. So there's all of these distractions. Now, in the school platform, it's an insular platform, so there are no ads to compete with. There's no spam. There are no irrelevant notifications. It's just purely focused on learning and engagement. So none of the content, that valuable content or discussion that you deliver to your members, is getting buried, unlike Facebook. There's no mysterious algorithm deciding who's going to see your stuff and who is not. It's also spam free. Now, I know that there are people that I'm familiar with and personally familiar with who've had really negative comments made in public platforms like Facebook that have hurt their business. You have full control over this community. So you can not only remove members, you can also, with a click of a button, remove every comment they've ever made as well. And that's just beautiful. I love that. So that gives you full control over what's happening in your business. So school's going to give you this really clean, professional environment, no trolls and no irrelevant content. And the other thing that really appealed to me was it was straightforward. You can charge for your memberships either monthly or annually if you have a paid group, or you can have a free community and charge premium products either monthly or annually as well. Now, it also has a 7-day free trial. So if you decide you want to set up a paid group, people can try it out for 7 days for free. And that reduces that friction of them thinking about, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? You just make sure they have a damn good time in that first 7 days so they stay with you. Now, there are lots of other benefits, but those are my top 3. If you're somebody who really likes to get a clear comparison, grab a screenshot of that. It tells you the comparison between school, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and Slack, which, according to ChatGPT, are the biggest community online platforms. You can see that school pretty much outranks all of them, with the only exception being it's on par with Facebook being ease of use. And I believe it's probably deliberately set up to be used really similar to Facebook. So that is a complete summary of all of the differences between the platforms and the key features. Now, in most cases, when we're talking about an investment in software to set up your own online community, you're going to have to pay extra. You can start off with potentially a free program, and then you have to upgrade and pay extra to get access to all the features. Now, school, as you can see, has a flat fee. So if you're looking at Circle, it goes from $49 to $3.99 a month. Now, these are all US dollars, so just be mindful of that. if you're not in the US. For Zenler, which I have previously had a 2-year subscription to, you're looking at $67 to $197 a month. Kajabi, $69 to $399 a month. Thinkific, $99 a month to $499 a month. But school's a flat fee. It's $99 a month for access to everything. And they're bringing out new content all the time. New things like that feature I was just telling you about where you can delete somebody and all their comments. That's come out fairly recently. So you just pay a flat fee of $99 a month and you get access to everything. Now, I like that flat fee structure better myself personally because it's predictable. I don't have any budget surprises. And it means that I don't have a limit on growth. I can use it unlimited. I don't have to, tie my growth to somebody else's finances. So that transparency and simplicity was important to me. So let's look at some live examples that are going to be really relevant to you guys. This is a martial arts school on the left here. Let's Train Martial Arts. This is straight from the school platform. They have 73 members paying $25 a month. Now, this is just members paying $25 a month to access the platform. This guy's making just under $22,000 a year just from having this platform. He's only got 73 members. Salsa School over here, 296 members charging $79 a month. It's the biggie. Tanya, you'll appreciate this. I know you're a dance school owner. $280,608 a year for that salsa school. So that's pretty impressive, right? I can see Tanya's face going. Okay. This boxing school, he has 78 members, $15 a month, so he gets an extra $14,000 a year just from a paid community. And just to show you the diversity of options, because I know not everybody here has the same kind of business in mind, this is a paid community for people who want to learn about dog training. 475 people in that community learning about dog training. We've got this one here, wholesale real estate. 3,500 people in that group from around the globe. And over here, this is the one that blew my mind when I was putting together this presentation. So this community here is about cycling. Cycling people, getting on a push bike and riding. This is a community of 397 people who pay $595 a year to learn about cycling. That's $236,000 American. Exactly, John. That was my expression too. Are you kidding me? And we've got this group, don't even know what it is, but he makes $54,000 a year from 4,500 members paying $1. Okay, $1. And he gets $54,000 a year. And then we've got chess. Who even knew that was a thing? People want to play chess and they're paying $29 a month or almost $100,000 a year to Dina to learn how to play chess. Are you starting to get excited now about the potential here? Because when I was looking at this, I was like, oh my God. So that is the school platform. And as I said, in my experience, those are real users, by the way. In my experience and that of other people using the platform like those people, it's a really powerful platform. And it's certainly the easiest. So give me in the chat a $sign if you can see after that session how powerful online communities are in helping you grow your income and your client base. Stick a $sign in there. Wow from Tanya. Wow from, hello Kevin, good to see you. Wow from John, dollars from John, fantastic. A pouch full of money from Brett, dollars and wow from Yeti, fantastic. So if you do feel like checking out the school community, and I only recommend things that I have seen myself, I'm going to put a link in, which is actually my link. If you join up under that, I do get a small commission from school. It doesn't come out of your money. You pay the same amount whether or not you go through me or you go through school. If you want to go through me, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. Entirely up to you. If you want a QR code, it's there for you as well. But if you join the school community, however you do it, you get a 2-week free trial so you can think about it. And that's one of the things I want you to do over the Christmas period. Think about what this could mean for your business. It's $99 US a month, regardless of how you join, you don't pay any extra. And if you decide you don't like it at the end of that 2 weeks, you just cancel and you don't pay anything. if you want to cancel at any point down the track, it's just cancel. And then that, whatever the last payment was, is the last payment. So it's really easy to get into, and it's also really easy to get out of, which is super important. As I said, I don't recommend anything I don't use and love myself. Now, if you are part of one of my communities, which is Sold Out Studios, which is a growth hub for martial arts and dance school owners to help them grow, the EFC Exclusive Members Club, which is for EFC members. If you are part of my Vocal Power public speaking group, or my She Means Business to help business women grow and be successful, you guys are going to get a special thank you if you decide that you do want to open your own community in school under my link. I'm going to give you support by sharing with you my exclusive training on running successful communities based on what I get every week from Alex Hormozi and other experts. In that, you'll get weekly updates and monthly calls. So just be within the same community that you are in. There'll be a little section that says something like, you know, your school community. And if you're not in any of those communities, I'm very happy to set you up in one that suits you so you can get that support too. Okay, so there's the QR code and link in case you missed it. And I'm just going to grab a quick drink, and then I'm going to ask you to think about something for me. What's been the most eye-opening thing that you have learned about the power of online communities today? I'm going to stop screen sharing so I can get some feedback from you guys. So let me start with Shane. Shane, do you want to unmute yourself there? You know how to unmute? And I'm going to go to Brett and ask Brett, what's been the most eye-opening thing for you? Shane's like, where's that damn unmute button? I know it's there somewhere. You're very good at reading facial expressions when you do as much online training as I do. Let me go to Brett first, and I'll give you a bit of, oh, no, you're here. Okay, go for it, Shane.
Yeah, it's amazing. As long as we've got something to sell, a message to deliver, that'd be good. That's stage one.
Absolutely. And that's actually the first thing I cover in my community in teaching people how to do it. It's how to find your message. Because there's an expression Alex Hormozi uses, which does not translate well in Australian, but in American it says the riches are in the niches. But in Australia we say niche, so it doesn't work so well. But basically it's about fine-tuning it down into a one area. And that's like my communities, like Vocal Power, it's just public speaking. She Means Business, it's just women in business. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do as far as establishing a message. And if you're in martial arts already, aren't you, Shane?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, you could easily create your platform to be something that is a value add for your existing members, and also have an opportunity to, you know, put together self-defense packages that you could then market as part of that as an add-on for people, regardless of where they are geographically and whether they're ever going to train in your school or not. Sound good?
That's good.
Fabulous. Okay, Brett, what was the most eye-opening thing for you? And then I'm going to ask John.
Endless opportunities there. I don't know where to start. I think that's the only thing of, like, I'm thinking not just one group, there's multiple groups going to be probably happening. So could be dangerous.
Yes, and let me give you one very, very important piece of advice here. I had that same experience. I was like, woo, look at all this I could do. Do one thing well. There is no such thing as multitasking.
Yeah.
Because if you are taking your time and attention and giving it to multiple things, then you're not giving it to the one thing that will make it grow exponentially faster. So choose one. Then, ever seen the old Highlander movies? There can be only one.
Yeah, that'll be the tricky bit. That's the part I've got to try and work on what direction to go in.
Yeah, well, we can have a chat about that too, Brett.
Sure.
Happy to talk to you through with that. Thank you. And John, and then I'm going to ask Tanya. So John, what was the most eye-opening thing from you today?
I would just say the amount of subcategories there are and how popular those can potentially be.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, the niche product that's available, and there are people out there looking for that.
Excellent. That's great. Good insight. Thank you, John. And I'll ask Tanya and then Yeti.
I'm just blown away by the opportunities. I think there's a few different areas that I can find to make it work for me, especially strength and conditioning and so many other opportunities. Yeah.
Yes, very good. And again, I'll tell for those people watching the recording, And for people here today, let me reinforce, choose one, okay? You choose one. It's like if you're in martial arts or dance, you don't learn, ideally, you don't learn 26 katas or pumses at a time. You learn one and then you move on to the next one. There's a reason for that, because you put all your effort and your time into one technique, and then that becomes muscle memory, and then you can reproduce it easier. You build on those techniques as you go. So do one. Yeti and then Pablo. Yeti, what did you find most eye-opening today?
So the power of internet and online business, I always thought it's only for people who are IT, people who are computer savvy. But
Yeah.
you just mentioned something, we don't have to be, we can make it. So that is an eye-opening for me.
Excellent. And Yeti, you're in my vocal power group, so you could potentially take what you're wanting to talk about and deliver it online, which would give you much bigger reach, which is what you're after.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pablo. And then I'm going to ask Lizzie. So Pablo, and tell me what you found most eye-opening today. You're on. I just need you to unmute there, Pablo. And Kevin, if you could pop yours in the chat, if you're still at the dentist, that'd be great. If not,
Yeah, I'm here.
okay,
Do
go
you
ahead.
hear me now?
Yep.
Yep. No, actually, look, I enjoyed it. I've tried that sort of stuff before, but you said about multi-skilling. I think I'm pretty good at that. So I've got some things already that I could use on that and have 2 or 3 things going at the same time. So it's certainly an eye-opener.
It is. It is. I run 4 community platforms right now. I've got to tell you, it's hard work, and I have a team that helps me out with it. But one thing I will say to you, if you taught through Zoom during the pandemic and you've got that library of content, you are already off to a great start.
I taught it through a Facebook thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing is, when people go on Facebook, they go, oh, over there and over there. The great thing
No,
is
this was a closed group of Facebook for our members. Only our members could see our teachings.
I'm not referring to the teachings, Pablo. I mean that once people go onto Facebook, it's easy for them to get distracted by something else. When they go onto your own platform, that's all they see.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
stuff. Okay, Lizzie, are you okay to unmute yourself there? Share with us what you found most eye-opening today.
As somebody who's absolutely terrified of IT, I now do feel that I can do it. And I also, my business model in the past, or the one I've tried to set up in the past, has always been bricks and mortar. But I now do see the incredible advantage and possibility of doing it online.
Fantastic. That's why I asked you to come to this, Lizzie, because I thought it's easier for me to show you in this environment than trying to reproduce it. Fantastic. And Kevin says the power of internet and platforms. Fantastic. So I'm going to ask each of you now to tell me in a single sentence what's been the most useful part of this session for your business today, so that I can get a good feeling for what you have found most useful. So I might start with Caitlin, who's been, I missed last time. So Caitlin, what did you find most useful today? And then I'll go to Shane again.
I found most useful that there's a niche market for pretty much everything that you can think of, and somebody is always looking for what you think they may not want, but obviously there's a market for it. So that's what I found.
Great answer, Caitlin. And I'll tell you something, there's like, if you look at the communities that are available, there are knitting communities and pom-pom making communities. Crazy. Thank you. Shane and then Brett. So Shane, what did you find most useful today?
Just knowing that there's platforms out there for specific use of this. This is nice to know.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining, Shane. Brett and then John. So Brett, what did you find most useful today?
Like we obviously use the school program and a couple of things already, but the behind the scenes stuff that I can actually create my own version of that. So that should be fun. Excellent.
Thank you. And John and then Tanya. So Tanya, you've got an echo, so I might get you to put yours in the chat for me. I think there's a bit of feedback going on with your sound there, but I'll ask John, what did you find most valuable today?
Well, it's got me thinking about what niche I can produce, because martial arts is a massive genre, so to speak, but where's my strength and what's my niche, and how do I display that in a unique way that's going to create a market?
very interesting point. Let me give you a little pointer there, John. Display it in a unique manner. There is a really easy way to do that, and that's you. You are unique.
I do have a video production background as well. That's my career. So I can see the visual medium really helping as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're obviously in my EFC group, so we can chat about that too and see what we can do as far as that's concerned. Fantastic. Yeti and then Pablo. So Yeti, what did you find was most valuable today? Don't forget to unmute there, Yeti.
Sorry about that. So I did not expect on this that there will be a dog training way of marketing. So that is very interesting because a lot of people here in my neighborhood make a lot of money on watching dogs, walking dogs. So that really caught my attention.
Fantastic. Thank you, Yeti. And Pablo, what did you find most useful? Yes, you're muted there, Pablo. Sometimes it's a bit like a seance running a Zoom call. Can you hear me? Are you there?
Mute. Okay, here we go. I'm back. Lucky I've got Tanya beside me.
Yes.
All right. All right. It's look, it's to me, it builds on credibility in a very competitive market. So yeah, that's what always caught my eye.
Awesome. Thank you, Pablo. Well done. And Lizzie and Kevin, if you could pop yours in the chat, please. Lizzie, I got you to unmute. Tanya says there's no limit to the opportunities you can create. Finding the right one is where it's at. Exactly. And Tanya, again, you're in one of my communities, so we can talk about that further.
Do you want me to unmute or put it in the chat? Sorry, Daniel.
No, you're right to go, Lizzie.
Okay, this has just opened my mind to the huge possibilities because I've always been very focused on, because it's healthy aging, only the old, but as younger people are getting older, they're now becoming a target audience as well.
Fantastic. Thank you. So don't forget, if you haven't already done so, and you are interested in joining under my link, please have a look at the link. I'll also make it available in the communities for those people who are all part of the community. But I think, Shane, are you in any of our communities yet? Up or down? Okay. You run the martial arts school. Caitlin, can you put Sold Out Studios link in there for Shane, please? So because you run a martial arts school, Shane, we're going to share a link with you to join the Sold Out Studios, which is about recruitment and retention, and we'll have that in there. Then if you are interested, it's free to join. It's just about giving back to the industry. Let me actually rephrase that. It's not entirely about giving back to the industry, because in that group, we're going to nurture you. And if you're a good fit for EFC, then we might offer you the opportunity to join. So that's the whole school community in action and a lead nurturing concept. I have a free group that potentially has an upgrade to another free group, but it's a membership option. But the idea is it gives you the opportunity to help people and see if they're a good fit for your business. And if they are, you can make them an offer. If they're not, then they stay in that community and they still learn and grow as well. And that increases your credibility. So click on that link in the chat there if you've got it. Shane will also make sure we email that to you in case you miss it. For everybody else, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you've found the time has been valuable to you. I look forward to helping you with your own school community if that's something you would like to do going forward. And I wish everybody here a safe and happy holiday season. Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'll see you next time. My name's Danielle Drew. Have a great day.
Thank you. Likewise. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Yeti. Bye, everyone.
Ciao.